We're continuing with Ghost Trick, but you knew that already. Chapter 13, the unluckiest chapter of all. I visited the novelist apartment again. I'm hoping to be able to do something about this mistaken identity kidnapping. Right. Because they kidnapped the wrong kid. As long as there's any possibility that it could be his own daughter who was kidnapped, I doubt the Justice Minister will call off the execution tonight. The key to dispelling the minister's doubts is now in bed, coughing, and I need to use this key before that prison van arrives to pick up our death row inmate. Yeah, the van's gonna be there in 10 minutes. Cough, cough. She's still typing away with one finger. My darling angel. Oh, just listen to that cough. You naughty thing. Did you leave your nice warm bed to go out into the night to play? A daughter after my own heart, but I must confess, I didn't even notice you were gone. I didn't go out to play. I went to buy Papa a birthday present. Oh, it's right there on the shelf. He said he wanted a new lighter. But that's no reason to go out this late at night. But my fever finally went down. I could barely move before that. But look what it brought you. Your fever is worse now than ever. Here's to the feverish passion of my darling angel. Mama? Yes, darling. Let's call Papa and wish him a happy birthday, even though it's already past midnight. Well, that would make things very easy for us. Not tonight, Emily. I hate you. It looks like this little girl was safe all along. I already knew that, but I'm still relieved all the same. There's another lucky development, too. Emily wants to call her father. Now, if I can just make use of that feeling somehow, that would surely bring the Justice Minister around. It's trick time. Alright, so there we are. We can possess the lighter. We can light it up. Okay. The phone's right there. You can do it. You can end the chapter right now, Emily. The phone. Emily, I told you couldn't call him tonight. I'm sorry. Emily, I told you couldn't call him tonight. Why not? Listen to me, Emily. Your father is about to make a big mistake. I want him to reconsider. What do you know about him, Mama? He's the one who's the Justice Minister, you know? All you do is write weird novels. What do you mean weird? How dare you disparage my romantic expressions? Now you've really made me angry. You really have. How do you expect me to forgive such an insult? Putting it higher up there. I tell you, disparaging my ships. How dare she insult my ships? There. I'll be keeping my eye on you now, so you won't do anything else mischievous. Like calling your father. I hate you. I can hear you know. Phew, what a pair. I don't know what this family's issues are, but I do know I have to do something about this lady so Emily can call. I know someone who could distract her. I mean, I don't know if we can get over to the left side. But I think that maybe we know someone who could possibly distract her. It seems as far as I can go. What if we turn this? Nothing right now. The lady's dictionary. Wasn't this on her desk before? The poor thing, destined to never be returned to the bookshelves. We could turn this valve. Maybe, well, we could drop the rat down there. There we go. Rat is in a pickle. So we could swing this harder. What if we make chime? Well, well, having a good time, are we, little rodent? Sweet dreams. Wow, that was quite a hit. Did you fancy the vintage, my whisked friend? She's more powerful than I thought. It looks like she tipped the wall candelabra to one side, too. The angle of those candles. I get the feeling I've seen something very similar to that quite recently. Well, that rat does seem dead. And I mean, I guess she's okay with a dead rat just decomposing in the ceiling, but... Let's see. Well, I don't know if there'd be a reason to swing this harder now. We could turn this knob, though. I better not put out that lamp right now. It'll only pour oil on the flames of anger in this lady's heart. If I want to give Emily a chance to use the telephone, I have to think of a way to keep her mother out of the way. What about down here? Got the wastebasket. Opening it doesn't seem like it's doing anything right now. The lighter, but lighting it probably doesn't really have a purpose at the moment. We could turn this valve. Ah, we shocked the rat. Shorted the power. Oh heavens, a blackout at a critical time like this. I guess it's a good thing she uses a typewriter after all. Her work wasn't erased. Of course, dim lights suit my story of love very well, but I myself am not very fond of the dark. This chandelier just narrowly missed the back of my head. I love the thrill of romance, but I don't need these kinds of thrills, thank you. Don't pour it in your wine. You're gonna drink that. What a wonderful atmosphere. Perfect for a clandestine meeting in the dusky twilight. It's trick time. Oh, he has something to say? I don't exactly know how this situation came about, but I think I owe the rat an apology. The rat seems to be unconscious. Alright, it's actually not dead somehow. But now that the room has changed into this, maybe I can use it somehow. Maybe. Well, let's see. Can't do anything with the hoist. We can make the chandelier burn brighter, if there is a reason to do that. No need for that in the current situation. Turn this crank. What a naughty chandelier. Alright, so she'll just go back to do that again if I drop it. Alright, so the crank does something, but she will just put it back the way it came, and I still can't go over to the left. Anything we want to do with this dictionary? It was on her desk. No option to do anything, though. Can't operate the latch anymore. Hoist doesn't do anything. What if we burned this brighter and then dropped it? Don't know if there's a purpose to doing that. There was a reason to do that at the same time. I don't know. I think it just went back to normal when I dropped it. That was close. Alright, she is walking underneath it. Oh, there we go. Oh, she dodged. Very agile. Such insolence. I mean, at this point, you would figure that she would just call a repairman on this. This lady is surprisingly quick. She dodged that thing like a pro. I guess I better get serious here. Heading back the other way. Is there a reason to turn this valve again? Is it insolence or insulation? Whatever, I'll look it up tomorrow. Doesn't seem like turning that. I'm not noticing it doing anything. What if we turn this knob? Don't put out the lamp right now. Let's see. Using these didn't do anything. He doesn't want to turn the lamp out right in front of her, I guess. Swinging this harder doesn't seem to do anything. We could always chime it again, if there's a reason to do that. Oh goodness, look at the time. As I bask in my tale of love, time has been moving on at the speed of light. So even though she's immersed in love, she can still hear this, huh? But this won't buy enough time for her daughter to make a phone call. There must be something else I can distract her with. Okay. Well, there are two things that she notices. One is the chime, the other is the chandelier. She doesn't notice me swinging this harder. I can do both of those at the same time. But it doesn't seem like there's a reason to, at least not right now. Still does not want me to turn this knob. And we've tried this before, opening the wastebasket. Nothing to do with that particular moment. And turning on the lighter is not going to do anything at this moment either. Dictionary doesn't do anything, as we've seen. Still can't reach over to the left. So let's see. I cannot actually do anything while she's doing this animation. Once she fixes it, then I can do something. Can try knocking her out again. Yeah, she still dodges it. So whatever setup I have to do, I guess dropping the chandelier would have to be the last thing. That's twice she managed to dodge like that. Who knew she was a dodging champion? I'm starting to get annoyed. Let me try that again. I'll get her this time. I'll get her okay. Sissel wants to try it again. Is it insolent? Okay, no, we already saw this. If Sissel wants to try it a third time, we can do it. I mean, we only have to hit her once, and she has to dodge every time. Okay, we got her. Emily, help me. Mama? So sick, can't get out of bed. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm too dizzy. I can't get up. I'm afraid I can't help you right now. Ah, here is to the weakness of my darling angel. That chandelier is on there tighter than her wedding band. She won't be able to escape on her own. All right. Can we, like, raise her up? Okay, yes we can. Yes, we can. What? What is going on here? Emily, look, do you see this? Help me, please. Sorry, I'm too sick. I can't get out of bed. My head is spinning, so I guess you'll just have to stay up there spinning too. Have some thoughts on this? Looks like this lady won't be going anywhere for a while. Now the little girl can call her father. But we still have to get the phone to her. The only trouble is she can't reach it. I guess I'll just have to deliver it for her. Oh, that's right. The angle of those candles. I saw something very similar just recently, didn't I? Sure. What if we burn it brighter? Right? So she's swinging. What if I swing this harder as she is swinging? Oh no, here comes the rat. The rat's tail is on fire. Okay, the rat's tail is on fire. Now I really owe that poor rat an apology. But this might be a really good chance for me, too. I have to get that phone to Emily. Alright, now let's swing this harder. There we go. And there we go. Mama! What in the world is going on here? Oh, goody. Excuse me a minute while I call Papa, okay, Mama? I'll only be a minute. Don't you dare, Emily. I won't have it. Get me down. Alright, well, she's calling. Looks like I have the option to move around. Is there a reason to do that, though? The novelist said she didn't like the dark. Doesn't want her thrashing around any more than she is already. So let's not put out the lamp. Oh, yeah, maybe we can just get to the phone and head on out. Hello, Papa?
Ugh. Emily, is that you?
Of course it is, silly. What did you think?
But I heard they said you. No, never mind. It's nothing.
Silly old Papa. Happy birthday, Papa.
Birthday? Oh, right. It was my birthday today, wasn't it?
I'm sorry we couldn't celebrate tonight. Thanks to mean old Mama. Writing her fanfics.
You're mean, old Mama. I mean, your mother. What is she up to right now?
Well, she's certainly up, all right. By that, I mean on cocaine. My stubborn mother is kind of tied up at the moment. Get me down. She needs to be taught a lesson for causing us so much trouble.
No, Emily. I'm the one who was wrong.
Huh?
Could you tell your mother I'm sorry?
What do you have to be sorry about?
I was just about to make a terrible mistake. But it's all right now.
Oh, okay.
You're still young. There's a lot I can't tell you right now. The job of Justice Minister is very complicated, you see.
Okay.
But just remember, you're always the most important thing to your mother and me. Did you do something naughty to your mother? If you did, I want you to apologize.
I don't think I did anything. But okay, I'll apologize.
That's a good girl.
Okay, Papa, have a good night. I love you.
I love you too, Emily. Good night, sweetheart.
Mama? I'm sorry.
My goodness, why the sudden change?
I guess I was wrong about you. I didn't understand.
Oh, Emily.
I thought all you ever did was write these weird novels.
That makes me a little sad.
Papa said the job of Justice Minister was complicated.
Yeah, your father's job is very, very complicated and difficult. That's why I couldn't talk to you about most of it. But you're right. I shouldn't treat you like such a little goyle anymore. You're growing up after all.
And I promise to stop calling your novels weird and actually try reading them.
I mean, maybe... maybe like in 10 years or 20 years, maybe, Emily? Maybe you better wait until you're a little older for that.
Okay.
Emily, like maybe after I'm dead, honestly, if you're feeling a little more charitable towards your old mama, do you think you could let me down now?
You know, I would love to do that, but I'm just feeling too dizzy and sick right now.
Tonight, on this holiest of nights, my deadline. It looks like the only thing pressing on me will be this chandelier. Here's to Papa and Mama's darling angel.
All of a sudden, everybody is getting along again. Such an abrupt change. I can't understand it. Is this what family is all about? In any case, the situation has changed dramatically now. I just hope the mysteries of me can be cleared up as quickly as the furrows on the minister's brow. It's true, when the minister smiled, he did lose a lot of his wrinkles. I don't know where Camilla is, but at least now the Justice Minister's doubts are dispelled. I think I'll go back to his office, where everybody is waiting for the prison van. The minister's family now has their smiles and harmony back, but Camilla is still in the hands of the kidnappers. I decided to go back to the Justice Minister's office. Surprisingly, the minister's brow is just as furrowed as ever. Quite unlike a father who has just learned his daughter is safe, he still seems to be in the depths of despair. The atmosphere in this room is very different now. It seems to have an air of unfocused anxiety. I get the feeling something big is gonna happen.
I just found out that my daughter is safe. I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for my daughter's sake, and for mine.
No need to thank us, Mr. Minister. It was nothing. What did he do? But, one question. I can't help but notice. Your daughter is safe, and yet you still look unhappy. How about a little smile for us? Of course, there's still the matter of the other kidnapping victim. But is that really the only thing that troubles you, Mr. Minister?
Please, let me think in peace until the prison van arrives.
It is still trick time. I wonder if Lynn is at the park yet. Until we get her report, I guess I'll just have to wait here. This continued distress of the ministers. Is there really something more to it? Like the inspector in white said? Alright, well, let's talk to him. Hello, Justice Minister. How about you finally admit I do exist?
Thank you, I expressed. That was meant for you.
Huh.
You're a ghost, aren't you? And you have the power to control and manipulate people, don't you?
No, I don't have that kind of power. I can't control you.
We've actually known, you know, for quite a while now. But I had no idea they were the powers of the dead, of ghosts.
Known? Known about what?
We knew about the existence of somebody who could control others. A manipulator.
What's this?
That's why your execution order caused me so much anguish, Detective Jowd.
Mr. Minister, why don't you just tell us everything you know?
Yes, I suppose I should. You need to hear it all. All about this huge mistake this foolish man made.
All right, let's hear about the manipulator.
There are some cases in this country right now that are under a top-secret investigation. Of course, you wouldn't have known about them, Detective Jowd.
Right. They don't share too much top-secret information with the inmates in prison.
There are 3 prisoners, including you, in the special prison you just escaped from. All 3 cases have certain points in common.
They do they? Tell us more.
The rock singer who leaked national secrets in his lyrics during a TV broadcast. The curry-loving fellow who took the chief commissioner hostage at the Metro Police Department. Neither of these men had a motive for their crime, and both of their crimes were impossible.
Impossible?
The curry lover had no way of knowing how to infiltrate the commissioner's office, and the rock singer had no way of knowing the national secrets he leaked. The Special Investigation Unit submitted an investigative report on me. They concluded that these men's criminal acts were not of their own volition.
But how could that be?
The theory the unit came up with was the existence of a manipulator.
A manipulator, huh?
That's when the special prison was established as a facility to research that theory.
Okay, let's talk about Jowd's case.
Some unknown power has been at work. These past several years, Inspector Cabanella has been studying these cases.
He has he?
Manipulating somebody into committing a criminal act, according to the inspector. The first case of its kind, it was a locked room murder involving our nation's best detective.
Are you trying to say that I was manipulated somehow into shooting Alma? I appreciate the theory, but unfortunately, I don't recall being controlled by anybody. It's just not possible to manipulate another's behavior like that. My powers certainly don't work on living creatures.
That's what I thought when I first heard the theory, too. However, I was seriously mistaken, and it proved to be a big mistake.
What? Alright, let's hear about the minister's mistake. You mentioned a mistake. Could you tell us about it?
I suppose everybody here has the right to know. You know, everybody here in my head should know. Alright, fine. I'll speak out loud so that Inspector Cabanella can hear this too. There's something I'd like the two of you to hear. It's about a mistake I made. Inspector Cabanella, when you first made that report about a manipulator, I'm afraid I didn't believe it at all. Impossible, I thought.
Perfectly understandable, Mr. Minister.
But I was wrong. That kind of power does exist, and I learned the truth of that firsthand.
What's this?
A month ago, I signed the order to carry out Detective Jowd's execution. However, that act wasn't of my own volition. I was being controlled.
What? You never told me about this, Mr. Minister.
What's going on? This document. What am I doing? No, I mustn't sign it. Wait, don't deliver that document. That's when it started. That's when all of my fear, despair, and suffering began.
Alright, let's talk about fear, despair, and suffering.
At the time, it didn't even cross my mind that I had been manipulated, and my memory of the event was only hazy at best.
So the memory of being manipulated doesn't clearly remain, eh?
Signing execution orders is part of a justice minister's job. At the time, I just thought my psyche was rebelling against the task. But the next day, it dawned on me. I remember Inspector Cabanella's report on the existence of a manipulator. As a minister of justice, I couldn't admit that what had happened to me. I only signed the execution order because I was being controlled. If something like that got out, this nation's judicial system would crumble. Besides, I had no evidence to present that I'd actually been controlled. So in the end, I couldn't admit to anybody what had happened. I suppose. But it sounds a bit like an excuse. You should have at least told us, Mr. Minister. Yes, I know. I should have. I was running away from the problem. And then my wife found out I was worried about something.
Well, if you go around with an expression like that, I guess it's bound to happen.
I explained it to her, and she was dead set against the way I was handling it.
If you don't withdraw that order and tell everyone the truth immediately, I'm moving out.
And then, with the kidnapping tonight, with it thrust under my nose like that, I could no longer deny my mistake. This manipulator comes upon us from somewhere unseen, like possibly just off camera, maybe seated in some way. That's why I've been keeping my distance from everybody.
So that's why you've been telling people to stay back. So there's somebody else besides me with the powers of the dead. I'm fine with that. After all, I already knew about a certain desk lamp. What I'm not fine with is the fact that person can control and manipulate living creatures. That's certainly not something I can do. And apparently, different ghosts get different ghost tricks.
But I never imagined that tonight I would find out where this kind of power comes from.
Where it comes from?
Inspector Cabanella, this manipulator is a ghost, a departed spirit.
A spirit?
As a matter of fact, there's a ghost talking to us right now.
What? What did you say? Child, don't tell me you can hear this ghost too.
I'd say the only person who can't hear him is you.
Spirit, a ghost, a gods in heaven. Excuse me, Mr. Minister. I suddenly have some urgent business to attend to. I recommend you think long and hard before making your final decision, sir.
Inspector!
This is Lynn. I'm at the park.
We've been waiting to hear from you. Have you found the evidence?
Well, the situation here is... it's kind of difficult to explain. They're all dead. Everyone's dead. Oh, God. Sissel, if you're there, come to the park immediately.
It looks like your help is needed, Sissel.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? It's trick time. Well, let's see. You know, one thing we haven't looked at in a while, and I feel like this is near the end of the chapter. We haven't looked at our notebook in some time. There's probably like a whole lot of new info in this. We probably should read this. Let's see. It's us. I lost my life at a lonely spot on the outskirts of town, trying to find out the truth of my death. My name is Sissel. In order to stop Detective Jab's execution, we got the Justice Minister on our side, but now Lynn needs our help. Red-headed target, a detective who was at the scene of my death. Her name's Lynn. She's trying to stop Detective Jab's execution. She went to Temsic Park to look for an important piece of evidence. Ray of Light, he calls himself Ray. I don't know who he really is. He taught me the secrets of the powers of the dead. He wants me to find out the truth behind the mysterious things happening in this town tonight. Hunter in the Dark. Right, we remember nearsighted Jigo. I don't think anything new about him since we killed him in Chapter 1. Eyebrowed Villain. Yeah, we haven't learned anything new about him since the beginning. As well as his masked muscle man. The other Hitman, yeah, we haven't seen him since the chapter where he was trying to shoot Lynn, I guess it was. He followed Lynn to the junkyard, met with an unfortunate accident should be in quotes, honestly. The Little Lady, Detective Jowd's daughter, name is Camilla. Apparently she believes her mother's death was caused by the contraption she created. She was kidnapped because she was mistaken for the Justice Minister's daughter. Where has Missile been? I'm in dire missile withdrawal. Perfume Lady, Lynn's neighbor, her name is Emma. In protest of the Justice Minister's husband's execution order, she moved out with her daughter. She's made up with her husband, but apparently doomed to dangle from the chandelier tonight. Feverish Firecracker, daughter of the woman in purple. Her name is Amelie. With peace restored to her family, and finally being able to recall her father, she's sleeping soundly. Maybe she's worn out by all the drama. Careworn Gentleman, a justice minister who sits agonizing in his stately office. 1 month ago, he was physically manipulated into ordering the death row convict's execution. Not wanting this to get out, he's since been in constant anguish. The Green Detective, a member of the police who's investigating my murder. His partner is the Blue Detective. He works under Inspector Cabanella. Apparently his name is Detective McCaw. Well, it's a good thing they mentioned that, because I didn't remember that. Here's Blue Detective. We don't even know his name. Odd Blue Doctor. There's something off about him. Can't tell what it is, though. Lanky and loose lawman, the head of the Special Investigation Unit. His name is Cabanella. Getting ahead is the only thing he thinks about. He's investigating a big deal tonight. After finding out what the manipulator really is, he rushed off somewhere. Detective with the cap. He works under Inspector Cabanella. Apparently his name is Detective Ringe. After hearing Lynn's story at the restaurant, he takes on the task of looking for the little lady. Also, we did save him from dying. Guardian. Oh yeah, we haven't seen this person since like one chapter a long time ago. There's no other way to describe him except the man who is bothering the detective with the cap. His mission is apparently to protect the park. Pigeon Man, superintendent of the junkyard. He apparently also lives in the maintenance building. The murder machine in the building's basement is almost identical to the contraption that killed Jowd's wife. Jovial Tenor, the chef at the chicken kitchen. He cooks the chicken that the waitress brings to the customers. He sings in his rich tenor voice whenever he gets the chance. Typical cop. I guess he's one of the policemen investigating my murder. There's so many of them, I can't tell them apart. They're all just typical cops. Navy Blue Square, a guard at a prison. He's no longer sitting at his desk working. In grave situations, he performs the panic dance, a dance that's been passed down in his family for generations. Rock Jailbird, a rock and roller who sang national secrets during a live nationwide broadcast. Thought to have been manipulated into committing his crime, he's now being held in a top-secret research facility. Curry-loving Jailbird. We haven't seen this profile before, like that face. An odd fellow who's laid siege to the Metro Police Department and demanded curry and rice. Thought to have been manipulated into committing a crime, he's now being held in a top-secret research facility. Fated Jailbird, a death row inmate. His name is Jowd. To protect his daughter, he accepted the blame for his wife's murder. He claims to have stolen somebody else's life as well. Inspector Cabanella hauled him into the minister's office after his escape from prison. Itchy Man, the chief of the police's special investigation unit. His job is to sit at his desk in the station, give the detectives their orders, and wiggle his itchy toes. He really needs to get some kind of powder or something for those feet. cute chicken carrier, a police investigator who is working undercover at the chicken kitchen as a waitress. Her name is Memory. She's planted a bug in the suspicious couple's chicken. She's a co-worker of the detective doing the stakeout from the park. Black-hearted blue man, one half of the couple that showed up to make a deal that could affect the future of the nation. He is the perpetrator who abducted Camilla, mistaking her for the justice minister's daughter. Black-hearted blue woman, one half of the couple that showed up to make a deal that could affect the future of the nation. The pair kidnapped Camilla. She has a strong sixth sense and can apparently sense my presence. Yes, she's the only medium that we've encountered so far in the game. Fastidious glass polisher, a composed bartender at the restaurant, the chicken kitchen, who continuously polishes glasses. It seems he doesn't notice anything besides the glass in his hand. Or does he? Beloved mother, Camilla's mother and Jowd's wife. 5 years ago, she was shot and killed when the contraption Camilla made for her birthday made an impossible move. There's a good possibility the manipulator had a hand in her death. Alright, that's everyone. Now, well, let's have a talk with...
I knew, actually, right from the beginning.
Knew what?
That you saved my life the first time we met tonight.
Oh, that.
When I talked about that miserable, pathetic, short-sighted, disgraceful man, I knew I was talking about me. I hated who I had become. But you helped me appreciate the truth. Now I truly understand the wonderful support I've been getting from so many, including that of my loving family.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm starting to realize what a lucky man I am, and it's all thanks to you.
Yeah, that seems like things are going well for him. Let's dial the phone. Well, as we saw last time, we could, before we go to the park, we could check out these other places and just see if anyone has anything to say. Since this was a shorter chapter than a lot of the others we've played, might as well just do a check-in. Hey, why so quiet? Ray? What's going on? Maybe he isn't here anymore. Yeah, Ray did say he didn't have much time left. That number is still not working. And her phone's out because it's in the aquarium. What's happening back at the novelist's apartment? Looks like the little girl is having sweet dreams. Meanwhile, looks like Mama is still in the middle of a nightmare.
Ugh. Oh, Mr. Prime Minister, squeeze me tight enough to take my breath away. My darling lady, let us be free, spread our wings, and fly. I think I'll edit those lines out once I'm back on the ground. Being squeezed tight enough to take one's breath away is not as much fun as I thought.
I guess the novelist is getting a lesson in reality. Well, she'll be okay. Anyone at the super's office? Doesn't seem like there's anyone here. No one here. Are the guards still here?
I can't take much more of this. When is that chief supposed to get here anyway?
How should I know? You're the one that talked to them, ain't yous?
I feel that feeling coming on. Shall I dance?
Hey, don't get me involved in this.
All you have to do is say the word panic. You say the word and I'll do it.
No way. I'm not going to be responsible for that.
Please, won't somebody just say the word panic to me?
Unfortunately, no one is there. Say the word. We cannot say the word ourselves. Basement? I sense somebody's presence in this dimly lit place.
When the morning comes, I think I'll leave this town. This place has too many memories, and I'm just too weary.
When the morning comes, eh? Must be nice. The morning will never come for me. Yeah, I think last time we did this guy was still here. So he's just hanging out there. In this basement. Yep, seems like the chief is not here. The chief and his itchy feet. Chef is also not here. I don't think anyone's going to be around here. And what about Camilla's old house? Well, we don't know where Cabanella went, but it doesn't look like he's been in any of these locations. And we're in the old house, and no one else is here. All right, so let's go to our actual destination, the park. Lynn calls, and I oblige. I take off towards Temsic Park. The place is clearly where something big is taking place. The manipulator, the person whose very existence sheds new light on everything, Detective Jowd's crime, the execution orders, and even my own death. Could it be? Could Lynn have been manipulated into shooting me? And that's where we're going to save. So, next time, we're going to continue on into Chapter 14, 1:28 a.m. We've made sure that the Justice Minister now knows that his daughter was not kidnapped. And it looks like we're on the same page with him and Jowd. Cabanella has now been told about the existence of ghosts, and I don't know if he believes it. He went off somewhere in a hurry when he heard that. We also have now learned about the manipulator. Maybe another ghost. However, this one is able to control people to do things that they don't want to do. And maybe this ghost is behind the things that have been happening over the course of the game. Well, certainly this would now be the number one suspect. We Gotta find out who this ghost is, and why this ghost is doing what they're doing. We're going after Lynn, who went to the park to find a piece of evidence, that being the music box, which contains, I believe it contained the gun that killed Alma. So she said that she was having some problems finding it. We don't know what problems, but I have a good feeling we're gonna get to this park and someone's gonna be dead. It's just a feeling. And we should probably keep an eye out for any mysterious gentlemen in wheelchairs who happen to be maybe just off screen. Just a feeling on that as well. But we will continue doing that next time as we continue on in Ghost Trick Phantom Detective.